Hello there, and welcome to video 10 of CS Watch, where we are looking at legal considerations of computing. In this video we're going to be looking at different legal considerations and also looking at some of the laws which govern computing. So first of all, we're going to be looking briefly at the Computer Misuse Act 1990. This is a piece of UK legislation which is looking at hacking and the use of hacking software. So for example, little Jimmy downloading a piece of hacking software could be found guilty of breaking the Computer Misuse Act. The Computer Misuse Act also guards against purposely spreading malicious files such as viruses, worms or trojans, and it can also be helped to arrest people who have gained unauthorized access to a system or areas of a system, even if they weren't knowingly there in the first place. We can also look at the Copyright and Designs Patents Act 1988, which again a piece of UK legislation, which has two main purposes. It ensures that people are rewarded for their work. So if someone publishes a book or if someone releases a song, it ensures that those people are rewarded for what they do. In doing this, it gives protection to copyright holders. So if people try to copy or steal their work, that there's some sort of protection mechanism in place to guard against people going along and stealing music, stealing videos, stealing different computer games. We can also look at the Data Protection Act 1998, which again, another piece of UK legislation, which is used to keep data safe and secure. It's got 8 key principles, which if you want to click pause and read them through yourself, be my guest. But essentially it looks at how data is managed, how data is used, how it's registered for, how it is kept safe, the purpose of it being used for the data, and how and where the data can be used. But again, if you want to click pause and read that at your own speed, be my guest. The final piece of legislation we're looking at is the Patriot Act 2001, which is a piece of American legislation. And it was used as an anti-terrorism law after the terrible 9/11 terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center. It gives law enforcement officers the power to be able to essentially do what they want. It gives them power to search telephone records, listen to telephone calls, emails, who've been sending, receiving attachments. It lets them to be able to look into someone's private life for the want of the greater good for the country. Cloud computing services, so for example Dropbox, must hand over private data to law enforcement if they've requested it. So if someone comes along and says, right, we want to have a look at this person over his Dropbox account, they must hand over the private data if it's requested. However, as you can imagine, this led to a lot of ill feeling in America, not because they wanted to stop terrorists from doing what they do, but because of the private lives of ordinary citizens which might be compromised. What this then meant is lots of companies, although they worked in America and did business in America, they stored all their data outside of America. So they stored it in Canada, they stored it in Europe, at which point this meant the Patriot Act could not be applied. The Patriot Act only applies to data which is being held in the United States. So, as always, we've got an exam question here. It's a 6-marker, so feel free to click pause and give this a go. And here are the answers. Since this is an OCR specific video, we've got the high level response, medium level response and low level response. When you see a 6-mark question, this is generally the route that you need to go down to make sure you can get to all 6 marks. It looks at high level response, medium and low response, and we're looking at spelling, punctuation, grammar, use of technical terms within it. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in a future video. Bye bye.